Before you joined AZFIT, where were you physically and mentally in your life?
Before I joined the program, I'd say that mentally and physically, I was just frustrated.
Okay.
I am someone who had always been focused on a healthy lifestyle overall. But I'd found that as I got older, things just weren't working anymore. Um,
Right.
I was still trying to eat healthy. I was still active, but the weight was coming up, was piling on in ways that I'd never seen in my life. And it
So
was
frustrating.
discouraging and frustrating. And I was at my heaviest ever. And nothing I was doing seemed to be having an impact. So I was feeling just super defeated. And it got me really down on myself because I never had an issue with weight in my entire life. So it was something that was new and just made the whole aging thing even more frustrating and sad.
That sounds awful. Yeah.
Yeah, it was super
Yeah. It
frustrating.
happens. It happens to so many of us. And you get to a certain age and the things that we used to do that worked for years and when you've always been small just don't seem to work anymore. And suddenly we have
Exactly.
to, yeah, re reapproach things. And yeah.
Yeah, precisely.
So outside of fitness, what has changed for you since starting the program?
I'd say that, well, two pieces. So for me, number one, getting a lot of first, getting in better shape has made my mental awareness, my mental health so much better. Like I said, I was feeling just super down and just frustrated day after day after day. Like I didn't like to put on my clothes in the morning anymore. I didn't feel just positive about myself. And so to me, that mental improvement of just feeling more confident, more like my old self was huge. The other thing that I really noticed that shocked me was I was struggling with sleeping at night before joining the program. I was having a lot of insomnia. I would wake up all night long. And all of a sudden, after joining the program and focusing on nutrition and fitness on a regular basis,
Yeah.
all the guidance that you all have provided, I was suddenly able to sleep through the night again most
Oh,
nights.
amazing.
Yeah, and I was not expecting that at all. That was not something that was a goal of mine. It wasn't something that I had even really talked about as being like an issue. So when that became a result of joining the program, I was really surprised and it gave me more energy and more confidence to keep doing other things because now I had more energy because I was actually sleeping, I was getting good rest, and I was feeling more confident.
Wow, that's huge. That's a big testament to what fitness can do and fueling your body right. I think a lot of people will um, feel the same way and
Yeah.
understand that. Just it seems to be once you hit your 40s, things start to change and we're just not sleeping as soundly. And it's yeah, it's almost like having a newborn again in some way for a
It
lot of people where
really
your sleep
is.
is just not as sound. But once you really start to, burn the amount of calories you're supposed to be doing and really using the energy for your workouts and fueling your body properly, it just goes back to how it should be. And you're able to rest again, which does provide you more energy for your future workouts and day
Exactly.
to
I didn't
day.
even realize that was such an issue. That's what was so funny is I didn't realize that was part of what was depleting my energy and part of what was a challenge. I didn't realize how tied in the sleep was to everything
So
else. It
important.
was a huge surprise.
Yeah, that's very powerful. Yeah, it must have been a huge change for you and a blessing in disguise because that wasn't something you sought out, right? So yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, it was such a pleasant surprise.
so happy to hear it. How do you feel now, physically and mentally, compared to before?
Oh, physically first, I feel stronger than I ever have been. I
Yes.
wasn't not working out before I joined the program. Like I am someone who was going to the gym. I hike regularly. I am active, but seeing the amount of muscle that I gained because I clearly just I wasn't focused on the right things and being consistent in the right ways. And I just, again, I didn't know that it was a deficit. So seeing because you all have us take photos week after week after week, which is also
Yeah.
something I've never done. Seeing my body change physically and that body recomposition that you all kept telling me about, but I just didn't think that I'd see it on myself so much was
Right.
again super shocking. So like now I can actually see muscle in my shoulders and my biceps, and I'm like, wow, like I can actually see the progress that I've made. And I was legitimately shocked because I really was thinking, well, I'm gonna try this. Like, sure, I'll give it a shot. But I've already been working out. I'm already active. Like, I don't know how much this is really gonna do, but I'm just gonna give it a shot anyway. And I have to say that I was just amazed at when I had the right program and the
Hmm.
right exercises, the right rest time, the right nutrition, that how much my body actually responded. So the strength that I have, I'm super proud of it. Wasn't so much just about getting thin again, like I didn't want to be super
Right,
tight,
right.
but I was proud to have muscle on me, like strength and
Yes. You got
strong.
so strong.
Yeah, and that made me feel very confident. So, like now when I get up in the morning, I'm not like feeling down on myself anymore. It's just been this huge
So
turnaround for me
happy.
that has just made such a difference in feeling like myself again and not feeling like I'm just aging and just like, ah, this is just the way that it has to be, which is kind of how
Yeah,
I
it's
felt
so much more
before.
hopeful. Hey, like just because we're older doesn't mean we can't get stronger, that we're not like we can be better in our 40s than we were in our 20s. I certainly wasn't as strong in my 20s. I didn't work
Neither
on
was I.
progressive overload. I didn't lift as heavy as I now can. It's
Yep. I
very,
didn't even hit the gym in my 20s. Like I was 90
so
pounds in my
empowering.
20s and never went to the gym. And now I'm like,
Awesome.
I'm happier that I have some muscle on me and I'm not
Yes.
just super, super skinny like I was in my 20s. It wasn't what I was
Yeah,
looking for. But that to have that confidence back again, to feel like I'm happy to, wear a cute outfit again, like that was really nice.
absolutely. Yeah, you look amazing. I remember the one before and after photo I had sent you, and just like the insane difference between year
Yeah.
before to how much things have changed in the right outfit combination, so we could see all your muscle. And I think that's very empowering when you can really see what your work, has done, because week to week you don't notice it, but when it's an incremental, here's a month later, 2 months later, it's like it's so
Yeah.
much more exciting to see how much you've transformed your body and to know what your hard work has done. So
Exactly. And I did not want to take those photos at first. Like you
nobody
all
does.
encouraged me and I did it. I did it every week. I didn't want to do it, but seeing the progress afterwards, it
Aren't
was
you glad you took them? Hey?
I'm so glad I took it. Like I said, it was uncomfortable. I had to get used to being uncomfortable with it. Like just had to be like,
Yes.
okay, it's all right.
Trust the
But I'm
process.
really glad that I actually listened to what you guys said
Good.
and followed the direction. So
Yeah. I think
yeah.
taking the pictures is about equal to us trying on bathing suits at the store. Like nobody wants to do that. But then when the pictures start looking really good, you're like, oh my God, I'm so happy I have these, because you can see how much your body has changed. And like there's so much proof and validation in that.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I love like showing my friends and I'm like, look what I did. And people are just like, wow, very
Yeah.
impressive.
It is very impressive. And the thing is, it's like anyone can do that, right? It's as long as
Yeah.
they do the work, like we can all change our composition. It's just a matter of
Yeah.
showing up and doing the work, and everybody
Yep.
will change.
And that's what's
Yeah,
amazing is just knowing that it was not me not trying before. It was just not having the right information and the right combinations to put
right.
together. I just didn't know how much that was missing and how necessary that
Yeah.
was. Huge
Structure and
learning
guidance
experience.
in the gym instead of just going, and a lot of people go,
Yeah.
but they don't really get anywhere. They just go because they go, and
Yep.
it's still good to take care of
Exactly.
your health, but are you changing? Are you getting results? Because that's what keeps people going, instead of going, oh, well, I guess I can just stop. This is really not making any difference. So,
Exactly. Yep.
yeah. What fears or hesitations almost stopped you from joining?
Um, so I'd say the biggest thing for me was thinking that it won't actually make a difference. So
Right?
that was probably my number one thing is I kept thinking, I'm already working out. I'm already eating decent. I already eat all right. I already focus
Yeah.
on health. So how much is this really going to do? Um, but when I was talking to Anais in one of my first calls, one of the things that she had said to me, and it's funny, my husband actually reiterated this afterwards, and I was talking to him about it, is she said, you have to invest in yourself. Like, because I was also
Yes.
hesitant having to, the idea of putting money into anything that I wasn't sure was going to give me a result or not. So that you
Right.
have to invest in yourself in order to be able to see results. And I said, you know what? That's true. Like, it's not a forever investment that I need to do forever and ever and ever in terms of like
Exactly.
financially. But if I learn things now, then I can take that knowledge with me long term. I think of it like going to school. Like
Absolutely.
it's almost like learning, like taking classes or just getting an
Yeah, it's like a
education.
health class, right? Health
Yeah,
and
I
fitness
learned
class.
so much. I learned so much. So I was super hesitant in believing that it would honestly make a big difference. I had seen the testimonials, I had
Right.
read,
You think
I
that's
did all the
their
homework.
success.
Yeah, I was like, they probably just, they weren't actually going to the gym that much, or they probably really weren't eating that
Yeah.
well. And then when I actually did it and started seeing results, which took a little time, um, that's when I was really, really pleasantly surprised.
Good. I'm so happy to hear it. What did you think you'd have to give up to make this work?
I thought I'd have to give up all the yummy food that I like to eat.
Yes.
And I
And
thought I
did
would have to
you?
give up a lot of time. Um, and I was shocked that I
Right.
didn't have to give up nearly as much time as I thought.
Yeah.
Um, it was actually not that much more time than what I was already doing. It was just a matter of kind of rethinking that time. And then I still got to eat lots of good food. It was still a lot of the food that I was already eating, but just measuring it, planning it differently, and the protein focus. Like I thought that I was doing good on my protein. I didn't realize how off I was on the volume of protein that I needed in order to see results. I was
Right.
like, I've already counted macros. It's fine. Like, I've tried that. But to see the amount of protein I'm supposed to be getting and how to get those, that was
Yeah.
great
And
too.
how much it changes your body when you
Oh
are
my
getting the
gosh,
right
right?
amount. Like it makes a huge difference that it's not just something that you can be like, ah, you get close. Like once you do things correctly, like your body
Yep.
responds to that fuel. It knows exactly what to
Yeah.
do with it, and that's where the changes start happening. So,
Yep. And now it's become, it's been over 4 months now. It's
yeah,
become routine where I just know what to go grab now. It's not anything that's a surprise. It took me a little bit to get into the habits, right? Which is
right.
why like having the app and the coach and everything was really helpful because that kept me in line. And now after the months have passed, I do have the habits now that I didn't have
Awesome.
before. And it was just learning what I
Yes,
needed
that's
to.
exactly it. It's like you sign up for the course, you learn how to take care of yourself, and now you know how, so you're good to go.
Yep.
Yeah, amazing. Lastly, what would you say to women who are feeling stuck or unsure or on the fence about joining?
So I would say the same thing that everyone said to me is that you do have to put the investment in yourself. If you haven't done a program like this before, where you get the nutrition guidance and the customized workout and the support, that we have to take care of ourselves. We always get the analogy of on a plane, you're supposed to put the oxygen mask on you before you can take care of
Yes,
others. And it's so true. If you want to be able to help others. Like a lot of us are moms. I'm a mom. I have students, I have my dogs, I have foster dogs. Like we as women often are caretakers, right?
yeah,
But
understand.
we can't be the best caretakers for others if we're not taking care of ourselves and making sure that our mental and physical health are on track. So what I would say to other women is just to make sure that you are investing in yourself the way that you invest in others. It's not just money, it's time and energy and putting the attention on yourself. Because once you have that attention on yourself and you're able to make sure that you're physically and mentally healthy, you're able to invest more in others. Like I am
Right.
being a better partner, a better mom, better at work, better with everybody around me because I feel better. I have more energy. I feel stronger. I feel healthier. and I can see the difference in my life. And that's what I think that we as women tend to not do sometimes is take care of ourselves because we pour
Yes,
so much into others. So I would just say that even though it's can be scary to take that leap, and there's never any guarantees in life, right? Like life
very
happens,
true.
you know, nobody's here to make promises, but I think it's 100% worth it to take the time to invest in yourself so that you can be the best person that you want to be.
Amazing. That was such a good answer. I really like that analogy of the oxygen mask. That's it's brilliant. It's just so incredibly accurate. And as a mom myself, I totally understand that. It's so innate in us to like take care of everybody else. But
Yeah,
if we're tired, well, we're not taking very good care of our kids. If we're tired and we're
exactly.
grumpy, well, are we the most fun supposed to be around? Probably not. Like it all goes tenfold, right? Like when
Yeah,
there's things to do and that falls on our shoulders, when we have more energy to do that and a better mindset, we feel happy and confident, we're that much better at being providers. So really it should be a part of taking care of ourselves should really go hand in hand because that's we have
absolutely.
to be at our game, right? It's no different than like training to be a doctor or you have to have certain
Right.
education to be able to perform certain tasks. And if you're going to be a caregiver, you need to be in good condition to be able to be a caregiver. It goes,
Precisely.
yeah, it's exactly the same. It's such a good analogy. I really like that, Rita. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that answer.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, that's all.
absolutely.
That's the only questions I have for you for today. So thank you so much for sharing. And you've
Thank
done
you.
incredible. It's been super amazing to watch you. You've been so consistent. Yeah, you've shown up for all of your workouts. You've been a joy to coach. So super proud of you.
Thank you. It's been great. I've loved it.
Good. So glad. Well, I appreciate it. And thank you again.
Okay, thanks so much.